You know, we all use AI to find stuff, to get answers. But what happens when AI stops just finding information and starts actually doing things with it? That's what we're diving into today, this huge shift where AI is getting the power to take real action, all on its own.
So, just imagine this for a second. What if an AI could not only answer your question, but take it as a command? An AI that could go out, research a topic, write a whole article about it, and then publish it online, without a human ever touching it. Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, it's not. This is the new reality of what we call Agentic AI.
To really get how we ended up with AI that can act, we have to go back to how it first learned to understand. And it all starts with something we do, 100 times a day, online search. See, when you type something into a search bar, the engine isn't just looking for keywords. It's trying to figure out your intent. What is it you're really trying to do?
And this is basically how they break it down. It's the first layer of intelligence. The system gets that a search for how to bake bread is informational. You just want to learn something. But a search like iPhone versus Android is totally different. That's comparison. You're trying to make a choice. And knowing these different goals, that's the first step that lets an AI do way more than just show you a list of links.
Okay, so now let's talk about the big guns, large language models, or LLMs. For all their power, they have one massive weakness. They kind of operate in a closed world. Their brain is basically frozen in time, based on whenever their training data was gathered. That means they can be out of date, and, sometimes they just completely make stuff up.
So how do you fix a frozen brain? Well, you give the AI an open book. This slide says it all. On the left, you've got your standard LLM, a closed book. But on the right, you have an LLM that's been supercharged with this technology called RAG. And RAG connects it to the live, up to the second internet. It's a total game changer.
So, what is RAG? It stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful, but the idea is actually super simple. Before the AI gives you an answer, it first goes out and does a search on external, current information, like the internet or a company's private files. It's literally like giving the AI an open book exam. And here's how that open book exam works. It's a simple three-step dance. First, it retrieves relevant, up-to-date facts. Second, it augments your original question with all this great new context. And finally, it generates an answer based on that much richer, much more accurate information. That simple loop is the key to getting answers you can actually trust.
But that basic three-step process, that was just the beginning. As the problems we threw at AI got way more complex, the solutions had to get a lot smarter. The RAG family tree started to grow all these new and interesting branches.
You can really see that evolution here. It started with what we call naive RAG, pretty much just a basic keyword search. Then came advanced RAG, which could understand the meaning behind your words, not just the words themselves. And that brings us to today with modular RAG, which is like a Swiss Army knife. It can pick and choose the best tool for any job, maybe search the web for one part of your question and a private database for another, all at the same time.
And this evolution, this growing sophistication, leads us to the next giant leap. What happens when the AI doesn't just find information, but can decide what to do with it? What happens when it stops being a simple assistant and starts becoming an agent?
This quote just nails it. The real demand isn't just for smarter answers anymore. It's for systems that can act on that information intelligently. That's where the massive value is for businesses, and that's where everything is headed.
And this is where we get to Agentic RAG. It's the next evolution, where we're literally embedding autonomous AI agents right into the process. These agents can think about a task, create a plan, and then go and execute that plan. Think about it. It's the difference between a research assistant who just brings you a stack of books and a project manager who reads them, writes the report, and emails it to the whole team for you. So what does it take to be one of these AI project managers? Well, it really comes down to three core superpowers. First is planning, taking a huge goal and breaking it down into smaller, doable steps. Second is tool use, the ability to actually use other software, a search engine, a database, whatever it needs. And third, and this is so cool, is multi-agent collaboration, where a whole team of specialized AIs can work together to tackle a problem that no single one could solve on its own.
Okay, theory is great, but to see what this actually looks like, let's check out a real-world system called Rankenstein. It's an AI system that was built to completely automate the entire workflow of creating a search engine-optimized article, from the first idea all the way to hitting publish.
So, step one, it all kicks off with the AI research team.
A special agent gets a topic and a whole suite of research tools. It then goes out and does this incredibly deep data dive, pulling everything together into one structured report.
Next up, the AI analysis team takes the field. You've got a keyword strategist agent figuring out the best terms to use. A competitor identification agent looks at all the top-ranking articles and finds their weaknesses. Then an EEAT agent, that stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust, finds credible sources to back everything up and make the article trustworthy.
Now that the strategy is locked in, the AI content creation team gets to work. A master architect agent takes all that research and analysis and builds the perfect outline. Then, a master writer agent takes that blueprint and just writes the entire article.
But it doesn't even stop with the text. The AI image creation team has an agent they call the Imaginator. It actually reads the article and generates the perfect prompts to create custom, relevant images, and then it places them right where they need to go.
And for the grand finale, the AI publication team handles all the nitty-gritty details. It creates the URL, writes the meta description, fills in the image alt text, and then publishes the finished, perfectly polished article directly to a website. The entire process, from a simple idea to a live article on the internet, is completely automated.
So, when you see a system like that in action, it's pretty natural to start asking a big question. What on earth does this level of automation mean for our jobs, for our skills?
The thing to remember is this isn't about hype or some far-off sci-fi future. This quote from the AutoGPT agency hits the nail on the head. Businesses are looking for practical, real-world solutions. This tech is being turned into products right now to create smarter, more efficient workflows.
But here's the interesting paradox. As AI gets better and better at handling all these complex digital tasks, the skills that become truly priceless are the uniquely human ones. We're talking about things like strategic thinking, creative problem-solving, and building real relationships. Things that come from experience and emotional intelligence, stuff an AI just can't replicate. So the final question isn't really if these AI agents are coming. They're already here. The real question is what we're all going to do about it. When you can deploy a literal agent army to handle complex tasks, what does your human team focus on? What is the unique, irreplaceable value that you bring to the table when you have these incredibly powerful new teammates? That's the future we're all stepping into right now.